The Free National Movement says there will be no drilling for oil in the Bahamas, as the Bahamas is not prepared in the way of regulation and resources to respond to a potential disaster. Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingraham, while in Bimini yesterday, said this is not a promise the opposition Progressive Liberal Party can easily make, as several of its key party members and candidates are tied to oil in one way or another. The Prime Minister revealed who the PLPs are at the first of two rallies the FNM held on Saturday. Shanique Miller reports.
Greeted by eager supporters, Prime Minister Ingraham and the FNM's candidate for West, Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, were flanked by supporters. They motorcaded through the settlement of Bimini, leading to the rally site at Bimini Bay. Bimini has 1,182 registered voters, representing 1/5 of the entire West, Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency. In Bimini, the young and first-time voter make up the biggest block of registered voters. Residents say the Pakeisha factor is what pulled them in, and the promise of better for an island known as the gateway of the country.
The PLP has caused this themselves. They have been neglecting Bimini. The MP himself hasn't been around, and he haven't been seen here on the island of Bimini, only for funerals, like people say, like they're saying, and he just no interest at all. Pakeisha came in and she covered 98% of the houses here in Bimini.
One by one, young and first-time voters outlined why they support the FNM.
It was under the leadership of the Right Honorable Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingraham, who introduced us to cable TV. Our family members can now die with dignity as a clinic was built with a morgue. The roads were repaved. The all-age school was named by a princess of this land.
All be promises, 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 promises. Out of a $100,000 budget, he gave approximately $15,000 to Bimini in 10 years. Lies, false hopes, promises, barefaced, fun days, parties, don't buy my vote.
With the FNM, big things are going.
The first woman to contest the seat, Edgecombe promised, if elected, to be the kind of hands-on member of parliament that would always have the best interests of her supporters at the forefront of any agenda. Crediting Edgecombe with developing her sense of compassion and community work through her broadcast career, Prime Minister Ingraham told voters in Bimini that he's already instructed her to begin a major project on the island.
In our next time, we will also improve your airport. We will demolish that customs warehouse on your dock and demolish that government administrators of a house, which is a blight on Bimini's landscape. We will construct for you a new government administrative complex to house all government agencies. And Pakeisha knows that I told her we want a focused program to clean up Bimini and keep Bimini clean at all times.
Prime Minister Ingraham then shifted his focus to the controversial oil issue involving members of the opposition. He said not only is the leader tied to it, but also several members of his team.
Perry Christie, Brave Davis, Leslie Miller, Jerome Gomez, and their campaign coordinator, Alison Maynard Gibson, the $1 million LNG Ocean Key woman, have worked for represented the interests of the oil and gas lobby in this country. Now they want to become the next government, just in time to renew the licenses they signed in the first place.
Ingraham says in 2006, the Christie-led government awarded 5 licenses to an oil company. Now, the Prime Minister explains why the FNM government placed a moratorium on granting licenses related to oil drilling and will not grant any licenses anytime soon.
We can never be unmindful of the horrendous explosion at an ocean-based oil drilling operation in the Gulf of the east coast of Louisiana just 2 years ago. Certainly, we do not have the resources, human or financial, or the capacity to respond to such a disaster as did the United States government in that instance, that until we are fully satisfied, all necessary and appropriate regulations are in place, and until we are fully and competently in a position to regulate such activity so as to protect our environment.
Shanique Miller, 7S News.